Alright guys, what's going on? Jason Sohail here, and we got an awesome toy review to give to you guys, and it's this figure right here. This is the Super7 Ultimates San Diego Comic-Con edition of Baxter Stockman. Now, according to their box, this is like supposed to be Baxter Stockman going through a bug zapper. Well, the color scheme is very similar to what he looked like when he was like transforming into the fly. So you can take it as him being zapped with a bug zapper, or the fact that like in the cartoon he kind of changes into these electric blue colors. But let's go ahead and take a look. So first, let's go ahead and slide this open. So so the slip sleeve is just like, we just have the Baxter Stockman face on a sewer lid, and we got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo in the back here. And then when we slip it off, over here we got our figure. Here is Baxter Stockman, and if you guys don't know things about the Super7 Ultimates figure, the way they designed them is to look exactly like the old school Playmate figures that came out like over 30 years ago. So this is what Baxter Stockman looked like, and he has the syringe in his pocket. It's not a dagger. I know it's not a dagger. You guys on Twitter, let me know that this was not a dagger. I made a mistake. Super7 actually has released a Baxter Stockman with the classic original colors from the actual toy itself, but this one is our special San Diego Comic-Con exclusive over here. And so it's pretty cool. Here's the box, here's the back of the box, and it tells you just the story and everything over here. On the bottom over here, it lets you know that this is a collectible item. This is not a toy. So basically it's their way of saying, like, for like the choking hazards and how they can get away with their age restriction. But yeah, over here we can definitely tell he comes with a mouser, which is cool because the original toy didn't come with a mouser. So before I open it up, I just to let you guys know, this figure actually glows in the dark. Not only does this figure glows in the dark, this packaging also glows in the dark. So this slip sleeve glows in the dark, these parts glow in the dark, and then this back over here where it has his story glows in the dark. Alright, let's go ahead and open this guy up and take a look at the figure itself. Normally I like to open the figures from the bottom, but here in the bottom it has like some sort of like kind of like a cross fold and everything, so it's actually easier to open from the top. But that's just my preference. I know a lot of people do from the top. I like to do from the bottom just to alright, there you go. Alright. Now here's where we're going to do a little wipe and transition to the figure already opened. Here is the figure itself. It is really cool, really well made. So one thing I'm really surprised about, I thought the legs were going to be kind of like stiff, but it's not. It's not loose, but it's really easy to pose around with. And his arms are a little bit stiff, but once you move it enough, it will kind of work with you. I know I mentioned this before. The colors itself, this is the San Diego Comic-Con version of it. You can actually, well, I know the pre-orders have already been sold out, but Super7, they did make available that you can get the actual one with the true colors from the original figure. Like now, this figure itself, as I said, looks like the original figure. And if you guys remember collecting those old Ninja Turtle action figures, they never really looked like from the show. That's why he looks very different, and he has his syringe here. The first thing I had to check, because this was something I didn't notice until I looked at my original Baxter action figure, and I had to make sure to see if Baxter is still married. And yes, all of his left hands, because it comes with multiple hands, but all of his left hands have the wedding band on his ring finger. So Baxter is still married. Maybe one day we will meet Mrs. Baxter Stockman. Now, one big difference between this figure and the original figure is actually these wings right here. Now, the original wings, you had to put it, like, you had to rest it on his back, and his back had this, like, this little divot that you could put it in. And you had to put the wings in there. And in fact, mine ended up being broken, and I remember we used bubble gum to put, like, because the hands part got broken. We used bubble gum to, like, put it together, and then eventually we threw it away. And so my original action figure doesn't have the wings. Now here, what they did was they actually put the wings, the little wing sockets, I should say, or the joints. They molded it into the figure itself, so you can't actually remove it. Well, you could. I mean, if you want to remove it, you probably could. I wouldn't recommend it, but you probably could, like, remove it and try to stick it back in. But that's actually cool. But both the arms and the legs and the wings are very posable, which is actually really good. So you can make these arms do, like, different kind of poses, which is nice. Now, let's get to his accessories. Hold on, let's see if I can get him to stand. Alright. The only reason why he's a little bit difficult to stand is you have to make sure that you have the wings and the arms in good positions for balance. So, one of the things he comes with is a mouser. The original figure did not come with a mouser, but this mouser really looks like the mouser. Like, if you remember, they only made one original mouser for the original series, and it was a wind-up one. You, like, wind it up in the back, and it just walked and, like, chomped up. But yeah, the jaw moves up and down, which is really cool. It has a foot symbol on its head, just like that original figure did. The legs also move. And another weapon he came with that did not come with the original figure is this blaster. This is a blaster he actually uses in the cartoon series, and, like, over here is, like, where you got to select, like, the different, like, species. If I remember, like, it's been a while since I've seen that episode, but like, he used it to, like, you know, like, to go after, like, turtles or humans or.
The heck kind of gun is this?
It's a mutazoo ray. It can turn anyone into any animal you want. Look at the dial.
You mean this gun can turn people into all these different creatures?
Precisely.
Oh boy, am I gonna have fun with this gadget!
That kind of stuff. But this was not in the original toy, but this matches something with that came from the show. Now, what did come with the original toy is this fly swatter, which I totally have backwards. My fault. But it is this fly swatter that comes with, yeah, it's supposed to go like this way. Which actually has, like, this arm guard thing, and that's exactly how the original figure had. He never had this in the show, and over here we have a tiny little turtle. And what's cool about these weapons is they are painted, which is actually really nice, and even the turtle is painted. If you remember the original figure, like this, like either this part was red or blue, and then this part was either red or blue. It just depended on the version you got, but they were 100% different colors. So this was like this was a original weapon from the figure, but it never really saw him from the show. And the little Smash Turtle is kind of cute. Some reason I thought it was a fly. I have to check back on those old photos. I thought he had a fly in here, not a turtle, but turtles make sense. Now here's the thing. That's his weapons. Now we also got these weapons in this weapon rack. Now the original Baxter did not come with this rack, mainly because these two were in different colors and this didn't exist. But they did do this, and these are not painted. You could break them off if you want to. I have no plans on to. But it's kind of like nice to have, like, hey, here's like more of the old school way of how these things used to look. And these are not painted, and it's just to keep that old school look with it. Both left and right, and they're very similar. These are kind of like grabby kind of hands. Here are just things he can hold with, and it's almost kind of like how I think these are supposed to be for like the fly swatter itself. So you can kind of do this, and I'm going to see how it fits on his arm. I think this thing is a little too small for his arm, because the original toy went over his arm. And then he has fists, and of course, like, you know, his two hands was like more of an open grip, which is definitely designed for his blaster that came from the show and not from the toy. Let's go ahead and put that into his hand. So right there, it's ready to zap the turtles or get his revenge on Shredder, whichever one. And let's see how to take off the arms and put it back on. Not too hard. You don't have to force it too much to get it on there, and you don't have to force it too much to get it off, which is actually really good. Like again, I said, very posable. I know I mentioned this before, but all of these, kind of like these electric blue parts that you're seeing, like they're kind of clear, these are all glow in the dark. So when you turn off the lights, and we're going to try to show the best we can on video, kind of getting that glow in the dark picture is kind of a little hard without like simulating it. But yeah, it glows in dark. It glows in dark just the way as you would expect, like glow in the dark plastic would work. So overall, this figure is really cool. I'm actually really happy I got this, and Super7 has done a great job on making these figures. Again, if you want like the regular colors, they have it available. That as well. Also, check out. They have like 3 of the 4 turtles. They haven't announced Donatello yet. I'm sure Donnie's coming very soon. But they also have Shredder and April, both Bebop and Rocksteady available. Some really cool figures. It's basically, you know, if we had these figures like when I was a kid, I would be like totally excited. And I'm kind of glad. You know, NECA's been making some really cool figures, but NECA's been making figures to make it look like the cartoon series, which is good. And I'm happy we're having that, but I'm actually happy that Super7's going the different route of like doing like, okay, this is what we remember when we played with it as toys, and I like that we have this option as well. Let me know down in the comments below if you got any of these Super7 figures, or if you're really excited to get some of these figures. Let me know what you guys think of this this exclusive Baxter. Do you prefer this color Baxter or the original color Baxter? Let me know if you prefer how he looks as an action figure or how he look like in the cartoon series. Alright, till next time guys, see ya. Here's as Baxter's gonna fall. Alright, Baxter falls. Hold on.